A former federal prosecutor and president of the firm West Coast Trial Lawyers. Good to have you on the programme. So looking at this case and the trial, in your opinion, why did Trump lose?
Well, Trump lost because he didn't show up to court. He didn't put on any witnesses or any sort of defense. So it really wasn't a question of if Trump was going to lose, but how badly. Jurors aren't stupid. They're taking time out of their personal and professional lives to be there in court to hear testimony and evidence. And when one of the parties doesn't show, that party is bound to lose.
And the jury in this case were fully anonymous. Is that unusual?
It's very unusual. That's something that you typically see in mob cases where jurors have to be concerned about their safety. But here, Judge Kaplan said that Trump's supporters have been prone to harassment and even violence. So he decided to keep the jurors anonymous, even from the lawyers in the case.
What about the argument on the part of Trump supporters that you can't get a fair trial currently in New York? What do you make of that narrative?
Well, it's certainly a liberal jury pool, but ultimately that's where Trump was from, and that's where this alleged conduct took place. So even though you're looking at a jury that may be left-leaning, it's up to Trump to show up and to litigate the case. And he can't, after the fact, say, I didn't get a fair and impartial jury when he wasn't present and he didn't challenge the jurors that he thought were unfair.
This is just one of several cases that Trump is currently fighting, and he lost this one. How significant is that?
Well, it's significant, but the reason Trump didn't show up to this particular trial was that it was just a civil case. And obviously, he's looking at least one criminal indictment, as well as multiple other criminal investigations throughout the country. And of course, he has his eyes on the White House next year. So what his lawyers didn't want to do was put him on the stand in this case. And Trump is, of course, is famously unpredictable. He may have said or done something that may have harmed him in a criminal case or may have cost him next year's election. So they didn't want to win the battle, but lose the war.
And in terms of the impact this result has on his hopes to move back into the White House, your thoughts on that?
I think it will have a significant impact because voters across the country have been watching, particularly female voters, and now a jury has unanimously found that he sexually abused this woman. And it may embolden others to come forward, other civil victims, but as well as other prosecutors throughout the country. This is the first significant defeat that Trump has suffered personally, and I expect others to move forward aggressively against him in the coming months.
Neama Rahmani, good to talk to you. Thanks for your perspective on that trial.
Thanks for having me.